प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादे.
So chapter 5, Karma Yoga, Action in Krishna Consciousness. If you remember, chapter 3 was Karma Yoga. Chapter 5 is Action in Krishna Consciousness. So there are some practical points. In chapter 3, what happened, and then chapter 5, how is it different? I'll discuss after the first verse. Sorry. So again, the chapter starts with a question from Arjuna to Krishna. Arjuna Uvacha. This is the first verse. Sannyasam karmanam Krishna punar yogam cha samshashi yashreya etayor ekam tanne bruhisu nishchitam. So two words are introduced: sannyasam karma or yoga. What do I do? Again, the same question that happened in third chapter. So Arjuna said, "Oh Krishna, first of all, you asked me to renounce work, and then again you recommend work with devotion. Now, will you kindly tell me definitely which of the two is more beneficial?" Sunishchitam, like definitely. Nishchitam means definite. Sunishchitam, most definitely. Which one is better? Renouncing the work itself, that is karma sannyasa, or working with devotion, which is karma yoga. Are you getting? I want all of you to understand these two terms. Karma sannyasa means taking sannyas from the activity itself, not doing an activity itself. Karma yoga means doing an activity, but doing it for Krishna. Okay, and there are further subdivisions in karma yoga, whether it is sakam karma yoga or nishkam karma yoga, that's a separate thing. But right now, what we are discussing is whether it is karma sannyasa, don't do anything, go to the forest, don't do any fruitive activities, or karma yoga, which is better. So the question arises that why is Arjuna asking this now? You know, why fifth chapter? Why did he wait till here to ask this question? And in third chapter, the first verse was Tadekam Vada. Tell me one thing. And Krishna already gave some glimpse, but the question is, why is he asking now? Where is this confusion coming from? So this is the analysis given by the acharyas, and it is also given in the purport of first verse. Krishna will say, ultimate conclusion after sixth verse will be, devotional service is better than dry mental speculation. But why is Arjuna confused? Because in second chapter, Krishna introduced too many things. Too much, like overload of information was there. So knowledge of the soul is described by Krishna. We know that, right? We read the verse Dehinosminyatha Kama Ramya Vanam Jana. Like there is a Dehinosminyatha Dehe. There is a proprietor in the body, sees the body going through these changes. Kama Ramya Vanam Jana. Tatha Dehantara Prapti Dhira Satanamoti. So such a person is not bewildered because he knows that, or she knows that there is a soul in the body, and the soul is seeing the body going through the changes. And when the body is no longer able to sustain the soul, it goes to another body, and that is called as transmigration of the soul. So that's knowledge of the soul, one of the verses. Then 31 to 37, he said prescribed duty is explained. That's what is your karma. You're a Kshatriya, you have to fight. Entanglement of soul due to fruitive activities is also explained. Like if someone is not following the prescribed duty, then they are just busy in sense gratification, and that's entangling to the soul. So disentanglement by devotional service or buddhi yoga is also discussed in second chapter. So you see, devotional service is introduced. Then also the knowledge of the soul is introduced. And in third chapter, verse number 17 to 18, no duty for a person in knowledge. Krishna says in that verse, the person who is completely self-realized has nothing to work for. Chapter 4, text 33, all kind of sacrificial work culminates in knowledge. Again, knowledge. So sacrificial work is culminating in knowledge. And Arjuna is thinking that karma sannyasa means cultivating the knowledge. That means by renouncing the fruitive activities or activity itself. If I take sannyas, then what will I do after taking sannyas? I will cultivate knowledge, because Krishna himself is saying For a person, there is no duty for a person in knowledge. All kind of sacrificial work culminate in knowledge. And yesterday, last verse, Krishna tells Arjuna to get up and fight with determination. So he's saying somewhere knowledge, somewhere get up. So that's why he's confused. But Krishna says actually there is no confusion. So Shri Bhagavan Vacha, Sannyasa Karma Yogascha, Nireyasa Karav Abhav, Tayos Tu Karma Sannyasat Karma Yoga Vishishyate. So personality of God had replied, the renunciation of work and work and devotion are both good for liberation. What of the two, work and devotional service is better than renunciation of work? So this is Krishna's opinion. Work in devotional service is better than renunciation of work. So there are so many misconceptions about spirituality that spirituality is for people who are retired. Spirituality is for people who are trying to escapist. Spirituality is for the people who are nothing better to do. They don't know anything better, so they do Hari Bhajan. Spirituality is for the people who are losers, right? There's so many. I can go on all over the world. And if someone wants to reveal this knowledge to somebody, let's say at workplace, I want to tell this to someone, there will be so much hesitation. But what is the reality? What is Krishna saying? Open the book and see. Work in devotional service is better. And chapter after chapter, not even one time he has said don't work. I don't know where it comes from. Does anyone know this story? This is one of the examples of how Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, Keval Vishaya Kanda, like whether one Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, Keval Vishaya Kanda means Karma Kanda means if one person is doing a fruitive activity with the intention of enjoying the result, or one person is culminating some knowledge and posing that I'm so knowledgeable, I have so much knowledge. So the consciousness is that I will get appreciation and acceptance by public because I'm so knowledgeable. You see, then Keval Vishya Ghana, that person is doing nothing but drinking poison. It's so dangerous. Acting because if let's say my Guru Maharaj gives this example that let's say I'm giving this class and in my consciousness it is like people will adore me. You know, I'm giving so like Bhagavad Gita class, Bhagavatam class, Chaitanya Charitamrita class. He was saying that's a very polluted consciousness to begin with. Okay, that's not good for anybody. That's not good for the person who's speaking and also not good for the person who are listening. So purification is needed. That okay, we are talking about Krishna, Gunanu Varnane. We are talking about the gunas and qualities of Krishna. So the benefactor is also Krishna. But does anyone know this story? Please raise your hand if you know this King Nriga story from 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Aishwarya Dhanraj, Hare Krishna. Please unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare
So this
Krishna.
is like the king, Naga, he gave a cow for charity to a Brahmana, and then after some time, like the cow came back and he gave the same cow to another Brahmana by mistake. So he was doing a charity for good thing, but then he was cursed by the Brahmana, the first Brahmana, to become a lizard. So it's like his karma, he did for good thing, but then the reaction was bad. So finally,
Yes.
Krishna has to come and help him.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes, so what happened was King Nriga was a very charitably disposed king, this one. So he used to do a lot of sacrifices in charity, but the intention was not to become Krishna conscious. Intent was for performing fruitive activities. Um, so he performed one of such sacrifices, Mataji rightly said, and gave so many cows in donation to so many brahmanas. Bhagavatam describes the number of cows that he gave was equal to the dust particles on the earth or equal to the number of stars in the sky. Unlimited he gave. So what happened that everybody and each cow was decorated with costly silken cloths and jewelry. And what happened that one Brahmana was taking his herd, uh, but accidentally one cow escaped and entered the other herd. So the Brahmana noticed, he had he was given lakhs and lakhs of cows, but he noticed that one cow left. So and in the meantime, King Riga did not know about it. So the cow that escaped the Brahmana's herd and entered the other herd, King Riga gave that herd as a sacrifice or as a gift to another Brahmana without knowing. So this Brahmana came and claimed that this cow is mine. And this Brahmana is saying, no, this cow is mine. So they're fighting over one cow. So King Riga very humbly told that, I'm sorry, Maharaj, this is my mistake, my overlook. So I'm sorry. But in exchange, please let this cow go with this Brahmana. And in exchange, I will give you 1 lakh more cows. So imagine like one cow gone, but in exchange, I'm getting 1 lakh more cows. But this Brahmana was already in anger by that. So they cursed him that you will have to suffer for this. And when King Riga left his body, he was brought in front of the Yamaraj, and Yamaraj told Maharaj, you have so many pious activities you have to enjoy. You're entitled for so much enjoyment, but there is one curse. So what do you want to do? Do you want to suffer first or enjoy first? So he said, I want to suffer first. The suffering that Yamaraj gave was you have to become a lizard in a well for thousands and millions of years. So he became a lizard in a well, but the benediction was that he remembered that I did this, that's why I'm a lizard. And many years later, when Krishna and his family came and they were doing a picnic in the park, and Krishna's kids, they saw that this lizard looked very different. So they called Krishna, and Krishna came and brought it out with his left hand so easily. No one could actually bring this lizard out ever. They tried to, so many people tried to bring the lizard out of the well. They all failed. Even the lizard itself failed because it was waiting for Krishna to come. Then King Riga confessed that the futility of the fruitive activities. So this is that we run a risk if we are doing fruitive activities. Fruitive activities means not doing it for Krishna. So King Riga found of performing fruitive activities, sacrifices, and charity. He did one mistake, dissatisfying 2 brahmanas and acquiring, not inquiring, acquiring sinful result to become lizard for a very long time. But it was delivered by Krishna. King Riga confessing the futility of fruitive activities. Therefore, devotional service is the only auspicious activity for the soul. Do it for Krishna. And it's a science. How do we do it for Krishna? It's not like, okay, I'm in my mind. Some people say Bhagwan dil mein hai. But that doesn't mean that you go on doing anything and everything outside and then you put Bhagwan in the dil. You have to see Bhagwan everywhere. Dil mein bhi, bahar bhi. Inside also, outside also. That is surrender. And this is Rupa Goswami's words from Nectar of Devotion, proper understanding of the renunciation. So, prapanchikataya buddhaya hari sambandhi vastuna mumukshubhi parityago vairagyam paligu kathyate. When a person eager to achieve liberation and renounces things related to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, thinking them to be material, their renunciation is incomplete. So I'll give you I'm going to ask this question to all of you. Please raise your hand if you can answer. Okay, so there is one person in the renounced order of life, and that person is traveling by airplanes, sitting in a very expensive car, is given a very decorated Vyasasan, and is speaking to the mass of people using modern technology in a modern world, like mic or whatever, the recordings or audio, video, everything. And the talk is about Srimad Bhagavatam. And then there is another person who is sitting in the forest and meditating. Who is a sannyasi? Please raise your hand. And the person sitting in the forest is thinking that this world is Maya and I have to give up this. This is distracting. I don't want to get entangled. So who is a sannyasi? Dhananjaya, Gopal, and Ishwaraya.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
The person who is sitting in the forest?
The one who has renounced the world thinking that everything is Maya and I have to escape from Maya.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. Ishwarya. Your name is nice, Ishwarya.
Yeah, it's Aishwarya actually.
Oh, there's no A there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
so who is better?
I feel the one who attains inner peace through the meditation.
It means the one who is renouncing everything, thinking that it is material.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Anybody, Bhuvana?
I feel both are equal, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
To me, both of them seem to be in the same platform.
Okay, thank you. Kirti Srinivas.
Hello. Yeah,
Hare
I
Krishna.
think the person who is giving who is giving the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita to everyone, so that everyone should be beneficial equally, and not only himself.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Anybody else? Anybody else? Some names come and then they go. Ravi Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Ravi Prabhu, yes. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
I actually heard about this. The same question from Gaur Gopal Das Guru. So he said that living your world and making your inner peace. So the first option, who is sitting in the car, is actually the right one, because the second one was escaping from the world. So as you said, like renouncing the work and doing the work in this context today. So you have given both the examples, is what I feel.
Yes. Yes, so that's God Gopal Prabhu's opinion. But I am interested in knowing your opinion. You gave his reference. You have to unmute yourself again. Unmute yourself, Prabhu.
Even I go with the same opinion, what Gaur Gopal Das gave us.
Okay. Thank you. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Mataji.
So, one more question. If I am standing in front of a bank, let's say State Bank of India, and then I start shouting that I renounce you, State Bank of India, I am renouncing you. You are false. What will you call me? Please raise your hand. Or if you don't want to call me anything, then what will you call such a person who's doing it? Let's not disrespect, but what will be the thing in mind? I'm not trying to. Yes, Dhananjaya Gopal.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Mad.
Hare
Mad.
Krishna. Okay, pagal ho gaya, right? Pagal ho gaya, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Puna Mahuja Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji. I would
Krishna.
call him ignorant.
Okay.
That just by
Why
saying.
will you call him? He's right now. Bank is Maya. And not only you, I mean, everyone else can pitch in and help your classmate. Yes, Ravi Prabhu. Why will that person be called as mad or ignorant? No.
I feel it's arrogance, because he's limited to that extent of seeing the thing out that Maya is true, but he can actually elevate himself more. It is his arrogance rather than ignorance.
Okay. Yeah. Good assessment. Kirti Srinivas. Yes,
Yes,
Mataji.
I think as the sir also already said that he will call somebody as mad. So same as me, because if you want to renounce someone, then you should go inside and just remove your account, and then you could renounce. Just by telling that I am renouncing, or the state bank is false, then it will be not good enough. Therefore.
Okay, thank you. Pavitra Mataji.
I would feel that that person is not capable.
Not capable of what?
Of handling the money, or trying to see handling money is also breeds some skills. So he is not capable of doing it.
And who is a sannyasi according to you? The one who is renouncing, or the one who is working, going around?
Working.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. So Thank you for participation. So one thing is that what are we actually renouncing? So when in 10th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, when Devaki and Vasudev just got married and Kansa was driving them, was very happy atmosphere. There were good music playing. Srimad Bhagavatam explains it very nice. Prabhupada has written a book, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which is nothing but 10th canto Srimad Bhagavatam in a narrative manner. And it's very nicely written there. And then suddenly there was an announcement from the sky that you fool, you're carrying your sister, but the same sister's 8th son will be the reason for your death. So immediately he, Kansa changes and takes out the sword and, tries to kill her. That time Vasudev tries to save his wife. And in giving reasons, because Vasudev is a sane person. He introspects before reacting. I'm not before responding. One devotee told us once there is a difference between reacting and responding. So he says, let's analyze who does this body belong to. The body, the body that I have, you have, everybody has. Who does it belong to? Does it belong to the mother? Because mother gives birth, she carries the child. Does it belong to the mother? Or does it belong to the father of the mother? Nana. Does it belong to father of the mother? Because mother also came from her father. Or does it belong to the fire? Because after death, some people offer body to the fire and fire consumes it. Or does it belong to the earth? Because some people bury the body and then it becomes earth. Or does it belong to the stool or of the animals? Because some people throw the body to be eaten by vultures and then the destination is stool. So whom does the body belong to? The first thing is that I am not clear about my own body. But the conclusion was that actually it belongs to Krishna. Because Krishna is the one who's under whose supervision. Maya adhakshena prakati suyate sacharacharan hetunanena kantaya jagat vipari vartate. So Maya adhakshena prakati, under my adhakshena, under my supervision, suyate sacharacharan, everything that is moving and non-moving is becoming manifested in this nature. So that belongs to him because under his supervision the body came in existence. Similarly, if you analyze, who does this world actually belong to? Who does this world belong to? This world was existing before I was born. It is existing now. It will continue to exist, right? After I'm gone or the body is gone, right? So who does this world belong to? Guna, yes? You're raising your hand. Who does this world belong to?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
This world belongs to Krishna Mataji.
Thank you so much. Are you sure? Is anyone against what Guna said? She's saying this world belongs to Krishna. Is anybody against that statement? Please raise your hand if you're against it. And if you're not against it, then I am taking the vote in favor that she's right. No one has any question about that. Okay, thank you. So yes, this world belongs to Krishna. So if the thing doesn't belong to me from the beginning, then how can I renounce it? What are you renouncing or what am I renouncing? It's a thoughtful thing that someone says renounce everything. But what are you or what am I thinking of? What is renouncing there? What is renouncing? Yes, A. Somebody, you raised hand. Speak up. Bhuvana? Yeah. Yes. Hello? Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. In my opinion, I think renouncing is letting go of all your worldly desires and your worldly attachments.
Letting go of all your desires.
Worldly attachments, worldly responsibilities, anything that comes, anything that you're born with in the material world.
Oh, we are. So that means that the only solution is going to jungle. Anyone else also? You mean to say that I have children, so that I am attached to my children, so I will renunciation for in that sense will mean that I give up my attachment and give them up and go away. That's what it means. Please speak up because I'm not judging you. I'm just trying to understand and we're trying to understand Krishna's view also. Yes, Bhuvana and Anvaya Mataji. Sorry.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Who is speaking?
Dhananjay.
Yes, Prabhuji.
It is knowing who am I?
No, my question is that renunciation, so if the world belongs to Krishna, right? Sorry, Guna said this world belongs to Krishna. So
Yeah.
if the world doesn't belong to me only, then what am I renouncing? If let's say I come to your house, okay, and I work in your house as a caretaker, like I wash your vessels, clean the house, do the laundry, cook the food, and then suddenly I say, okay, I'm renouncing this house. But that is a foolish statement because the house was never mine to begin with. So the renunciation doesn't happen because I was not the proprietor to begin with. Like that, the world is not belonging to me to begin with. So what is the renunciation there? I'm just provoking thought in all of you.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, I'm Anvaya. There's only one thing which God wants us to renounce, and that is your own ahankar. You are born with that thing, me, I. So you have to renounce that ahankar.
Give me example. That's a jnana. Yes, you're very nice. That's a jnana. But simple jnana. Yes, Mataji, please go more deep.
Yeah, ahankar means I did this. Now, for supposing today I cook a meal. What I have got, the vegetables and fruit the earth has given me. Okay, even the fire element, again it comes from the sun, and the energy is given me by Krishna. To the energy and the intellect is given by Krishna. So what am I serving Krishna? All that is his.
Okay, thank you so much, Mataji. You wonderfully said. Thank you. Oh, sorry, Mataji. Please unmute yourself. I was gonna.
Yeah.
Please unmute yourself.
Yeah. So it is not any attachment or anything, which you have to renounce. It is your ahankar, which is once you are conscious of your body, means you get the ahankar.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Yeah.
So that is what, right? So the Ramanisha who gives this example to us that when he went to this Kumbh Mela, I've never been there, but Kumbh Mela is everybody is attracted to these babas who are in renounced order of life, so called, like they look like. Most of them are smoking marijuana only, but that's attractive. People get attracted. More are attracted towards the babas than the devotees who are distributing books and doing harinam. But really thinking that a person who is using the thing properly that belongs to the proprietor is better than the person who's saying that this thing doesn't belong to me. That's what Rupa Goswami Prabhupada's opinion is. When a person eager to achieve liberation renounces things related to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, thinking them to be material, their renunciation is incomplete. Okay, because there is no service. When I am using the thing for the sake of Krishna, to glorify Krishna, to talk about Krishna, I'm properly situated in the consciousness that it actually belongs to Krishna, so it has to be used for him. Because the thing belongs to him, so it has to be used for him. So simple. Devotional life is very simple. But no, this is Maya. I have to renounce it and I have to go to the jungle because Krishna is only available in the jungle. That there is a reason. There is a reason why some people do that, because they already have so much of baggage from being hurt by so many people that they lose faith. But if you come to a proper platform and if you get mercy of the devotees, the acharyas, then the understanding will be that a person who is traveling and a person who's sitting in the car and going and giving class about Srimad Bhagavatam, if the consciousness is also the same, that I'm doing it for the sake of Krishna, like Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada was in Germany and one of the reporter asked her, the video is there, that I have heard that the sannyasa means renunciation, but you are fabulously rich. Fabulously rich. 10 vans are there, and you're sitting in such a high throne, and you have been pampered by your disciples. But are you renounced? He said yes, and we can give you the same life if you join us. Will you join us? He asked her, will you join us? Because you are envious now. You don't like what I have, but you like the things, but you just don't like that I have it. So come with me, and I will give you the same thing. And she ran away. You see, Prabhupada, we cannot say that he's not a sannyasi. He's the topmost sannyasi because he knows the science of using things for Krishna. And another verse by same Acharya Rupa Goswami is Nirbandha Krishna Sambandha Yukta Vairagya Uchyate. Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhe Yukta Vairagya Uchyate. So the real Vairagya, real renunciation is to use the things in a proper way to serve Krishna. We can use everything, the body, the mind, the words, the assets, everything for the service of Krishna, and be so happy. So karma yoga or karma sannyasa. Ge sa nitya sannyasi yona dveshti na kankshati nirdvando hi mahabaho sukham bandhat pramuchyate. One who neither hates or desires nor desires the result of his activities is known to be always renounced. Such a person, liberated from all dualities, easily overcomes material bondage and is completely liberated, O mighty Arjuna. So the dualities is a function of the mind. I hate something, I like something. I am happy, I am sad. I am hankering, I am lamentation. I am accepting, I am rejecting. So the duality is a function of the mind. But one person who is not hating or not desiring the fruits of his activity. Mane, he's doing the activity, but he's not attached to the result. But he's doing it. And that's what Krishna wants Arjuna to become. Fight. He's not saying go to the jungle, renounce, I'm only available there. He's saying I'm available right here. Fight. That's my order. You fight. And whatever is going to happen, first of all, he gives assurance that you're going to win. And even if you're not going to win, you will still be okay. But whatever is going to happen, don't think that these people are going back home. Don't think. I've already decided that they are going to be dead. That's my decision. You're just going to become an instrument in my hand. You see, Nimitta Matre Bhavasavya Sachin. 11th chapter, it will come. Nimitta Matre Bhavasavya Sachin. You just become an instrument. You fight, you don't fight. Don't think that they're going to live. These people are dead already by my arrangement. But you become an instrument, and by becoming an instrument to my order, you will be celebrated as a devotee. So again, renounce result and not the action. So fight, work, and we can apply it in our daily lives. This is another example of a exalted devotee who neither hates nor desires. Srila Haridas Thakur, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave him a title of Namacharya. He was chanting 3 lakh names a day. You know, Prabhupada recommended 16 rounds of 100 of Hare Krishna chanting every day. So one round is 108 names. So 16 of such, minimum, sorry. Maximum there is no limit. Minimum you have to do this much. So, but Haridas Thakur was chanting 3 lakh names a day. And he became, obviously whoever is devoted to Krishna, fame follows, fortune follows. It just follows, liberation follows. It comes. It was really, really, okay, it follows. We're not working towards it, but it comes, like Srila Prabhupada. So like same thing happened to Srila Radha Thakur. He was famous as a saintly person, and the person in charge of his district became very, very envious of him. So he wanted to test him, and he wanted to defame him. So he sent a prostitute. Maya Devi herself came in the middle of the night to allure him. And she came and she said that I want to speak to you. And he said, very nice, you have come to speak to me? Yes, but please, I have this vow of chanting. So can you please wait? Just sit in the courtyard. Let me just finish some more time and then I'll talk to you. So she sat, and Haridas Thakur was fixed in chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So whole night passed, sun came out, so she left. Then she came back next night again. This is in Chaitanya Charitamrita. And again, the same thing happened. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yesterday I wasn't able to talk. I have this vow. I have to do this. Today I'll try to chant fast. Okay. And then I'll talk to you. So she sat in the courtyard. She waited. Again, the same thing happened. She went. And the third night she came, she was a little critical about her. Like, I am very surprised that you are ignoring me. I come every night to be with you. And every night you're giving me the same answer, that you have this vow of chanting. And when I look at you that you're chanting the holy name, you look so aesthetic and so satisfied. And I have never seen something like this before. Can you please kindly tell me what is more enjoyable than associating with a woman? What is more enjoyable? So Haridas Thakur said, yes, this is the question I was waiting for. I could have left you the first time you came, but I thought that I will give you the taste that I have. So he gave her the holy name initiation. So she shaved her head, sat in his courtyard near Tulsi plant and started chanting the holy name, because now she had the mercy of a pure devotee, and he left. So you see, this is the effect of a pure devotee. A pure devotee is like sun. It can extract the impurities from the heart of a living entity. That is why it is very important to hear Srila Prabhupada every day. And this is what Krishna says becomes, that devotee becomes like this. Please memorize this shloka, 5.10. Brahmani adhaya karmani sangam jakta karoti yaha lipyate nasa papena padma patram ivam bhasa. Padma patram ivam bhasa. One who performs his duty without attachment, performs his duty, okay? Not like does not do the duty. Without attachment, surrendering the results onto the Supreme God is not affected by sinful action, as the lotus leaf is untouched by water. The same thing happens. Get pure. So I'm going to show you. Can you hear? Can you hear? Please let me know. Write it down in the chat box if you can hear, please. Krishna Chaitanya. अरे यार कृष्ण Srila Prabhupada sitting with the hippies in Golden Gate Park in San Francisco. So Srila Prabhupada is in Sannyas order of life. His title was Bhakti Vedanta. There are different titles in Sannyas. His title was exalted, Bhakti Vedanta. A.C. Abhay Charan Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So you think he's sitting in America in a hippie park and singing with them? He's not a sannyasi. He's the topmost sannyasi because he knows how to transform and take out the purity from the heart of a person, because he sees the soul and not the body. Topmost sannyasi. And then again, the vision of a real devotee is explained. Please memorize this shloka also. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmani Gavi Hastini Suni Cheva Sapakecha Pandita Samadarshana. The humble sage, by virtue of true knowledge, sees with equal vision a learned, a gentle Brahmana, a cow, an elephant, a dog eater, and a dog and a dog eater, outcast. So by virtue of the true knowledge, sees with equal vision. For a learned sage, no one is higher and no one is lower. Everyone is nothing but belonging to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are all property of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Not to be imitated, Anukaran and Anusharan. We should take shelter of such a devotee because that particular devotee can actually liberate us from the pangs of birth, death, old age, disease, which are the real problems. Every other problem in life is a secondary problem. The real problem is birth, death, old age, and disease. And what is the equal vision? That they see the Paramatma. There are three adhikaris: Kanishta adhikari, Madhyam adhikari, and Uttam adhikari. And this is the definition of a Uttam adhikari. So this is very interesting. Yahi samparsaja bhoga dukkha yonaya evate adi antavanta kantaya na teshu ramante buddha. An intelligent person does not take part in the sources of misery which are due to contact with the material senses. O son of Kunti, such pleasures have a beginning and an end, so the wise man does not delight in them. Dukkha yonaya evate does not take part in the source of misery which are due to contact with the material senses. Mane, senses come in contact with the sense object and the misery begins. Okay, the example, the moth. If you ever have observed this in your life, on a rainy season or in the summer, the moth, they collect around a hot bulb because they're attracted. The vision sense is so strong, attracted to the light. Then what happens? They get burnt, fried under the lamp, under the hot bulb, and then they leave their body. So the desire was to satisfy the sense of vision that was there. So this is one sense. Okay. Now, deer has a very keen sense of hearing. So a hunter is playing a nice flute, and the deer walks itself because the ear is pulling. There's a nice flute. Death. Bee. A sense of smell, goes inside a flower. At the end of the day, when the flower closes, with the sunset, it gets trapped inside and dies. So sense of smell was so strong. Fish, sense of taste is so strong. There's so much food available in the water, but they go and look for bait, which a fisherman has put. And then what happens? Because the sense of taste is so strong, goes, and then what happens? It dies. The elephant, such a humongously gigantic animal, but the sense of touch is so strong. How is the elephant caught? That the hunter makes a pit, covers it with the leaves and branches, and then a trained she elephant is sent, and this elephant follows her. She is trained to go around the pit, and he falls down in the pit. So the sense of touch is so strong. So in animal kingdom, they all have one sense very strong. Generally, one sense is strong, and that leads to the death. Okay, but what about human beings? All five senses are strong. All of them are strong. Sense of taste, sense of hearing, sense of vision, touch, and smell. Very strong. So if we are living a life where we are busy, very busy in fulfilling the desires of these senses, which are actually coming from the dictation of the mind, then we are running very fast towards our death. This is what it says, this shloka. But there are devotees who also have senses, but they're regulated because there is a goal attached to the life. What is the goal? Who is the enjoyer? Who's the real enjoyer? Please memorize this shloka also. So 5.10, 5.17, 5.29. 3 shlokas to memorize. Bhoktaram yagna tapasam sarva loka maheshwaram surdam sarva bhutanam gyatva mam shantim rachati. This is the peace formula. Everybody is asking na peace. I need peace. Prabhupada said this is the peace formula. What is the peace formula? The sages, knowing me as the ultimate purpose of all sacrifices and austerities, the supreme lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attain peace from the pangs of material miseries. Krishna knows that we are in a miserable life. That is why he keeps on using this word, material miseries. Bhoktaram yagna tapasam. You work, I enjoy. That's what he's saying. Work for me. Knowing me as the ultimate purpose of all sacrifices and austerities. Of what? Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Everywhere. Not just on earth, not just on hell, not just on heaven. Everywhere. Every single place. Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam. Suhridam is a best friend. Suhrit Mitra Bandhu. Suhrit is a best friend. Who's best friend? Sarva Bhutanam. Every living entity. Krishna is not saying I am the best friend of only people born in India or so-called Hindu or only people so-called human beings. Sarva Bhutanam. Every living entity, I am the best friend. Because Krishna is in every atom. Gyatva mam shantim rachati. Who knows this attains the peace that Krishna will take care. It's a realized knowledge. Okay, so this is the peace formula. So this is the chapter Karma Sannyasa or Karma Yoga. He's asking Yashreya, which is better. Then Krishna says Karma Yoga is better than Sannyasa. So from 2nd to 6th verse, Karma Yoga Vishishyate. And then he says the benefit of doing Nishkam Karma means I do the activity, but I'm not attached to the results. Then I get free from the bondage of birth, death, old age, and disease. This is explained in verse 7 to 16. Kurvan apina lipyate. Liberation by focus on the Supreme. So then what happens? Explained in 17 to 29 verse. Gyatva mam shantim rachati. I get the eternal peace. Okay, anyone has any questions? We have some time. I will allow I have to allow all of you to unmute yourself. Okay, you have the permission to unmute yourself now. You can unmute. Karthik and Thanya, you're raising your hands. Please ask. Yes, Karthik.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
I have a doubt. Like we chant this sloka Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, right? But the Rama Avatara was first and the Krishna Avatara. So, but the order should be like according to the Avataras, right? So why do we chant Hare Krishna, and then the Rama Avatara?
I didn't. Damodar?
No. I mean like Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, right? So Rama Avatara was first, according to
Hare Ram, Hare Krishna.
So, why we shouldn't? I mean, is there something like we should not chant first the Ramas, or what is the reason behind this verse?
Well, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so Prabhupada was asked this question in a slightly different manner. He was asked, why are we chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare? Why are we not chanting Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, and then Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare? He was asked this question in a slightly different manner. And Prabhupada answered I'm going to give you the same answer what he said. He said, because my master did it this way. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is our master. And he chanted as Hare Krishna, so we are following the footstep. That is the only reason I have. I don't know, but the scriptures have revealed this mantra. It's a revelation. It's not man-made. It's revealed that this is what it is. And it is revealed in this manner. And why we are chanting Hare Krishna, Prabhupada said you can chant Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. That's fine if you want to do that. But my master is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chanted like that, so I'm going to do like that. Okay.
Mataji,
Thank you,
I heard.
Mataji.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, Vasudevan
Hey,
Prabhu. One second,
Vasudevan.
Prabhu. I think Karthik Prabhu was speaking before. Is it okay if he asks question, please?
Hello.
Yes, Vasudevan Prabhu.
Well, yeah. See, Hare Krishna Mataji. The question is whether you start with Krishna or Rama. Ultimately, whether Rama or Krishna, it means the Supreme, that is Narayana. So it doesn't matter, isn't it? Whether you start with Krishna or Rama. It's going to be the same, you are going to worship the same supreme power. When you, if you say Hare Krishna, the chant goes to him as Hare Krishna. If you chant Hare Rama, it goes to him as Hare Rama. So is there any, really anything behind starting with Hare Krishna, or can we start with Hare Rama? Because I have seen some people starting the chant with Hare Rama.
That's what Prabhupada answered, that we are following the footsteps of our Acharya, Mahajana Yena Gatha Sapantha. So the etiquette is that we follow them, we don't question them. Following them, the knowledge will be revealed. And then Prabhupada said, like for example, some people ask Prabhupada, why do you wear this kanthi? Why do you wear this tulsi beads in the neck? What is the importance? Okay, these questions are so technical questions. Okay, so Prabhupada knew that he was in European countries. He knew that this person will not understand the Shastric reason. So he gave answer according to time, place, and person. He said, have you ever seen a dog which has a master? That how do you know that this particular dog is a stray dog and this particular dog has a master? How do you know? Because that person, the dog who has a master has a collar. There's a collar in the neck. That's how we know, at least in this country and in European countries. So Prabhupada said, so when you look at this kanthi in my neck, it means you should know that I am dog of Krishna, and Krishna pulls me from this because this is my collar. So I have a master. I am not abandoned. So you see, Prabhupada gave answer according to what one person understand. I can go Shastrically. There is a reference in Isopanishad. But are we ready to understand? No, then please let's follow it. And then slowly it will come. There are contradiction. 5th mantra of Isopanishad. Let me show you if you are interested. Then it will invite more discussion. But I don't think we are ready for that. Okay. So you go to this library, you go to this book, Isopanishad, you go to mantra 5, there are 18 mantras. Okay, then it says Supreme Lord walks, does not walk. Far away, but is very near as well. He's within everything, yet he's outside of everything. Full of contradictions. How can he walk and then does not walk? How can he be far away and how can he be near? How can he be within everything? How can he still be outside of everything at the same time? Full of, right? So for a person who's not a devotee, it is contradiction. But for a person who's a devotee, Prabhupada writes, these are the inconceivable potencies. That, oh my God, my Lord is so nice. Like that, if we question why this, why that, it's good to question, but sometimes some things have to be followed.
Okay.
Mataji, can I say something?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, Mataji, what I have heard about this, that why Hare Krishna was chanted first and then Hare Rama, is only because of the reason that when Prabhupada started chanting this, the Brahman community revolted and said that the only Brahmins are allowed to chant this mantra. So he apparently said, okay, if that is the case, I will not chant in and not preach to the whole world when he went to US and all that. And that's how he said, okay, so I will not chant the way you think that only Brahman community is supposed to chant, which is Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. So I will tell everybody who's not even Brahman to chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I'll reverse the mantra. I may be wrong, but this is what I have been told in my Gita. I'm in Dubai, and in my Gita class of ISKCON, my Prabhuji had given us this reply. So I thought of telling you this.
I don't know, Mataji. This I will give you a reference of Hare Krishna Mahamantra from Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, Chaitanya Charitamrita. Prabhupada gives references. So I'm going to pull it up, but if anyone has any other questions, because the mantra itself is given, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Iti Shodashaka, Nam, Kali Keli. I'm going to bring the reference, but does anyone have any question from this chapter? Okay, I have the reference. I'm going to show you. This is one of the references. Tomorrow we'll see more.
Mataji, this is Karthik here.
Yes, Prabhu. One second, Prabhu. Karthik Prabhu, just 1 second. Mataji, this is one reference. Srimad Bhagavatam, 12th canto, 3rd chapter, 51st verse. This is 5,000-year-old scripture. Kaler dosh nidhi rajan astihi ek mahan gun kirtanadev krishnasya mukta sangha param vrajet. Okay, and then the sequence is given here. This is another reference which is from Kali Santarna Upanishad from Krishna Yajurved. Prabhupada only gives us these references where the order is given. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Iti Shodashakam Nam Kali Kalmasha Nashanam. Nata Parataro Yopya Sarva Vedeshu Drishyate. After searching through all the Vedic literature, one cannot find a method of religion more sublime for this age than chanting Hare Krishna. So it is revealed in the Yajur Veda. Yajur Veda is a part of the Veda which talks about application. It's very famous. It's like application. How do you apply devotion service in life? So this is from there. And then I have so many other references, which we will talk. So I don't want to. So Prabhupada never did that. Now that I have come across. Yes, Karthik Prabhu, I'm sorry. Please go ahead.
Yeah, answering to this question, what I heard from my acharyas, like whichever avatara is near to us, so that we are. So as per the avatar, Rama avatar is far away from us, and Krishna avatar is very near to us. So it has more effect to us, like telling Krishna's name. So that's why in last class also Mataji told telling Rama and mantra is 100,000 names of Lord Vishnu is equivalent, and telling one Krishna mantra is equivalent to 3 times Rama mantra, because we are very near to Krishna avatar. That's so. This is the explanation I got from my acharyas.
I don't know, Prabhu. If you can come with a reference, I will accept it. I'm not refuting or accepting, but we need. So see, when you go to a doctor, we have to use our common sense. And the doctor is treating somebody, then the patient has a right to ask, no, doctor, can you please show me what is evidence? What is the evidence behind your treatment? And it's a very respectful question. Actually, we encourage people to ask. And this is something called evidence-based medicine, EBM. So what is the evidence? Not like now patient has come and the doctor is waiting to experiment and now I'm going to experiment. Will you go to such a person? We should not. If you are planning to, then please don't. Like that, we have to have something called evidence-based spirituality, because the human life is precious. The time is limited. If I'm going to go here, there, try too many things, then the time will be wasted. And I may not, then I'll have to accept another body. But I don't want to do it. I personally don't want to do it. That is why I'm very strict with the thing that if there is evidence, then it's fine. And that's what Prabhupada taught us too, that when you speak, give a reference. When you quote, so it becomes authentic.
Hello.
Yes, Vasudevan Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. See, again, I go back to Mahabharata.
Does anyone has 1 second, Prabhu? Does anyone has any question from today's chapter? Because I see that we get distracted and then the main thing is gone. So does anybody has a question from today's chapter 5 of Bhagavad Gita as it is?
Hello. Hello.
Yes, Prabhu. Satish Prabhu.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. This chapter 5 and 4 can be linked beautifully, right? Chapter 5, in a very, very simple and straight answer, it is liberation from suffering, right? Karma Yoga. Then if you link it to chapter 4 of yesterday, it is the truth beyond illusion, right? Jnana Yoga. Jnana
Yeah.
Yoga.
It's the
So,
knowledge.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean, we live with, a whole lot of illusory life and, a whole lot of expectations and unseen situations and many things we try to achieve. So then, finally we try to go towards meditation and renouncing worldly pleasures. So gradually we will come back to liberation from suffering. Is it?
Liberation from suffering. Yes, Prabhu, if that's the goal one person has, but liberation is not the goal of a devotional service. Liberation is a byproduct of devotional service. Liberation means as you said rightly, relief from the suffering. But what is the suffering? Four primary, right? Birth, death, old age, disease. But the real goal of devotional service is only one. What is the goal? To serve Krishna. There's no other goal.
I mean,
If
this is
Krishna wants,
truth beyond illusion, right?
yes, because Krishna Surya Sama Maya and the God Jaha Krishna Taha Nahi Maya Radhikar. Chaitanya Charitamrita says that if I go to Krishna, I am automatically going to be enlightened. Automatically.
That's true.
Yes, Prabhu, you're right. If that's what you're asking me, whether you're right or not.
Yeah, true. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Does anyone have any other question from chapter 5? Tomorrow, when I ask if you have any questions, please start with the question from the chapter we discussed that day. Then we can go here, there, everywhere.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu. I don't know who's speaking.
I'm Jagdish. Can you just tell me which are the verses to,
Memorize. 5.10, 5.17, 5.29. Three verses.
Okay. And can you tell me yesterday's?
Yesterday's, I'll have to go and check. I think yesterday 4th chapter. Karma, 17th verse. Yesterday.
Memorize பண்ண சொல்றா சில chapter இது.
And yesterday, Sambhavami Yuge Yuge. That verse. I have to go back and check, Prabhu. I think there are 4 verses from yesterday.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I can put in the group, please.
I'll write down. I'll share 108 shloka list. I'll write down.
Okay.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay. Thanks. Yeah.
Yes.
Hare
Anybody
Krishna,
else?
Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Mataji had this question like God is everywhere, omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent. So even Krishna is everywhere. So I just had this final question of the one which someone, Satish Prabhu, probably asked. So you need to serve Krishna, right? So it is totally on a humanity side of serving another human being. Thinking he is Krishna. Thinking there is Krishna in him. Like there is divine presence in everyone. So
you mean saying Manav Seva is Madhav Seva?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, right.
Okay, so Manav Seva is Madhav Seva. So, okay, question. If you want to nurture a plant, do you water the tree, do you water the leaves, the fruit, the flower, the stem, or you water the root? Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yes.
100%? Lock
Yeah,
kar diya
roots
jaye?
take care of water to all the body, all the parts of the plant.
Okay. And if somebody wants to have a healthy body, they should put food in the stomach, or eyes can eat separate, can eat separate, ears can eat separate. Where does the food go?
It first goes to the mouth, and from there it goes to the stomach.
Sure? Are you sure? Should I lock the answer?
Yes, Mataji.
Sure?
Yes.
So who is the source of the whole humanity, or actually all the species of life?
God. I mean, Krishna.
And who is God? You have some confusion. So Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. Ete Chanshakala Punsap. Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. Indrari Vyakulam Lokam. Mridyanti Yuge Yuge. So Krishna says, I'm the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Bhoktaram Yagana Tapasam, we read today, right? Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. Suhridam sarva bhutanam gyatva mam shantim rachati. So Krishna himself is saying, I'm God. So you think that if like, for example, I want a good body, healthy body, I put food in the stomach distributes the food to everywhere, energy. And if I water the root, even though it's a huge tree, some trees are like thousands and thousands of feet tall, but they all will get their share of energy just by watering the root. Like that, you cannot go on satisfying. Actually, you will never be able to satisfy. Actually, Shastra says, Bhajahu re mana Srinanda Nandana Abhay Charanara Vindare Sheet Atapa Jata Barisana E Jagat Janina. I'm forgetting. So, but the meaning is, this is a song that I have served so many people in my life, but I am not able to satisfy. It will never happen. If I independently want to satisfy a person, independent of Krishna, neither the person ever will be satisfied, nor I will be satisfied, because it has to be through Krishna. Yes, I'm not saying that we should not feed the hungry, or we should not provide or open schools for people, but that person is not going to be satisfied with just that thing. Yes, for that moment, that need is met, but satisfaction is different. And satisfaction only comes by serving Krishna. And through Krishna, we serve everyone. Srila Prabhupada's life is an example of this. Srila Prabhupada, you think Srila Prabhupada went to America, okay, and then what was he doing there? Please read Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita. There are 7 volumes about his biography. And we were reading that there. Prabhupada, what did he do? He cooked, he taught them how to cook, and he was cooking for them. He was offering to Krishna, and then he was distributing the prasadam. Most of us come to ISKCON by food only. Okay, honestly, I also get my food only because it's so tasty. Prasadam is so tasty, so tasty. You cannot say that just by opening a school or just by serving one need, because I am satisfying that person completely. It's not going to happen. A living entity has so many desires. I want to eat certain way. I want to dress certain way. I want to read certain way. I want to see certain way. How many will you satisfy? Cannot. What is the root? Okay, and ISKCON we are doing it, right? Prabhupada taught us. Prabhupada said 10-mile radius around the temple, no one should go hungry. There's food for life program, right? Free of cost. So many schools are served every day by the devotees, but they are being served by Krishna Prasadam. The cooking consciousness is not that we are going to serve these people. The cooking consciousness is we are going to serve them through Krishna. We'll make this food, we'll offer to the deity, and then we'll go and distribute so everyone gets love of Krishna. There are Bhaktivedanta Hospital. I am the secretary for Bhaktivedanta Medical Association. We have North American physician group, doctors in different fields who are associated with ISKCON, and most of us are initiated. And I'm the secretary for that group. So we keep on talking, how do we enhance, how do we get this? So we are also talking about how do we start treating the devotees, their health insurance. We have so many discussions, but the center is Krishna. We are not saying, okay, let's just open a hospital and no Krishna. And there's Bhaktivedanta Hospital in Vrindavan, Mayapur, Mumbai. They're all devotee doctors. There's so many, every branch, education. Talk through Krishna. Material education means going to hell. Because material education, the aim is I will get a good job and I will earn money, and with that money, I will satisfy my senses. That's a very filthy and polluted consciousness. If someone wants to be in that consciousness, please be in that consciousness. I'm not saying don't get educated. I'm saying get educated, but use it for Krishna's service. But don't forget Krishna. So Madhav Seva is Manav Seva, not the other way. And only a devotee can understand this. For a non-devotee, it will be a theory. What is she talking? What is he talking? Okay.
No, but the same person, I just said, like the Madhav Seva, thinking that you are serving the other Krishna, then it's you're offering to Krishna in another body form, right?
It will not work. It will not work. The person will not be satisfied. The person, if let's say that I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying do it. But there are two scenarios. Let's say that somebody is very hungry and I have a ability to give that person something to eat. Now I have two ways to do it. One is I cook and I just give it. Okay. And the other way is I cook, I offer to Krishna and then do it. At the end, I am giving, or you are giving, or other person is giving. But one is giving through Krishna and one is giving directly. The person who's giving through Krishna is better. Because the other person, Krishna himself said, right, that person who who does not offer the result of the sacrifices verily eats sin only. He said that, right? You were there in that class.
Yes, Mataji.
So he's himself saying that you're offering the sin only. Even though my mental speculation or concoction, I'm saying I'm doing such a nice activity, or my mind is going to get satisfied, I'm going to be pious. Yes, definitely, this is a pious activity. But what is the result? The result is that I'm going to end up in a heavenly planet. Okay, then what? After my duration of heavenly planet is gone, then what? I'm going to have to come back. Okay, Brahman Bhuvanar Loka Punararvartina Arjuna. He says it. You go up, come down. Go up, come down. I don't want that cycle. I'm fed up. So if I do it through Krishna, then what is the result? Then I end up with Krishna in Goloka Vrindavan. Then I don't have to come back. So choose. Not everybody will be able to do it, but this is what is Krishna's opinion. That go up, do activity which is nice without Krishna. Just do the activity without Krishna. Go up to the heavenly planets, enjoy for millions of years. Then what? Become a raindrop. Then what? Become a grass. Then what? The grass is eaten by a cow. Then what? Become a milk. Then what? The milk is drunk and is taken by a human being. Then what? Then the through that human being's bodily secretions, the soul takes shelter. Then what? Come back. This is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. Everything is there, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hey, Hare Krishna. Well, your questions are nice, Prabhu. You're very thoughtful. Anybody else has any question? Or Vasudevan Prabhu was trying to say something from Mahabharata.
Yeah. No, the thing is, I'm referring to Sahasranama, Vishnu Sahasranama, which is part of Mahabharata. There, Shiva tells Parvati that if you utter the name of Rama thrice, Sri Rama, Rama, Rameti, Rame, Rame, Manorame, Sahasranama Tattuyam, Rama Nama Varama. So it's Mahabharata, we reckon it is part of Krishna's teaching to the humanity. And in that itself, he mentions Rama. But to me, if you ask me personally, Rama and Krishna are same to me. It refers to the ultimate God, Narayana or Vishnu, whoever. Because in the avatar is called Krishna, in another avatar is called Rama. It goes like that. But ultimately, whether you call Rama Krishna, it goes to him only, the supreme Narayana Vishnu. Am I right?
Well, every day you ask me this, Prabhu, am I right? And every day I tell you that I'm not Acharya. I can give you the principle. I cannot tell you you're right or wrong. So every day we're having this discussion. By the way, thank you so much for quoting Vishnu Sahasranam. It's so nice to hear the glorification and names. So we don't discriminate who's who, but the Shastras reveal that ete cha anshakala punsa. If you want to know who's, there is no, you can't really like say who's superior, who's inferior. Is Vishnu superior or Krishna superior?
It just can't be. It just can't be. Because when you say Krishna, it is the same person. When you say Rama, it's the same person. So there's no question of inferior, superior here. The God is there. The same God I'm referring to. It's Krishna in my heart, is Rama in somebody's heart. But ultimately it is he.
Yes, you're right. I said you're right now.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, does anyone have any question now? Because I want to say something to Vasudevan Prabhu about that Hindu thing you were saying yesterday.
Please. Yeah.
Yeah, so the reference I told you, Prabhupada said there's no word called Hindu used in the scriptures. And incidentally, I was reading yesterday and it came. Same book, ISKCON. Okay, and then go to the introduction. Okay, an introduction is a lecture which Prabhupada gave in England in October 6, 1969. And in that introduction, Prabhupada is giving introduction to the Vedas and how an ISKCON. And over here he writes, introduction. You may call Vedas Hindu, but Hindu is a foreign name. We are not Hindus. Our real identification is Varnashrama. Varnashrama denotes the followers of the Vedas, those who accept the human society in 8 divisions of Varna and Ashrama. There are 4 divisions of society and 4 divisions of spiritual life. This is called Varna Ashrama. It is stated in Bhagavad Gita. These divisions are everywhere because they are created by God. The divisions of society are Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Brahmana refers to the very intelligent class of men, those who know what is Brahman. Similarly, Kshatriya is the administrator group and the next intelligent class of men. Then the Vaishya, the mercantile group. These are natural classifications. These natural classifications are found everywhere. This is Vedic principle and we accept it. Vedic principles are accepted as axiomatic truth, for there cannot be any mistake. That is acceptance. For instance, in India, cow dung is accepted as pure, and yet cow dung is the stool of an animal. In one place, you will find the Vedic injunction that if you touch stool, you have to take bath immediately. But if another place, it is said that the stool of a cow is pure. If you smear cow dung in an impure place, that place becomes pure. With our ordinary sense, we can argue this is contradictory. Actually, it is contradictory from the ordinary point of view, but it is not false. It is a fact. In Calcutta, a very prominent scientist and doctor analyzed cow dung and found it contains all antiseptic properties. So I thought of you when I read this. Veda is Hindu, but Hindu is a foreign name. We are not Hindus. Our real identification is Varnashrama.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, Prabhu. Ravi, Prabhu, are you still here? Are you here, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhu, so you asked me how one can transform the fear to faith. So I gave you, I don't know how much you understood what I told you. But I know if you're asking me this question, you're not looking for the answers that most of the other people would say. The whole, like, for example, and please tell me if this is real or, but this is, I think this is what it is. For example, you're not looking for me to say the whole world is going through it. We are all in it together. Or so many other people are losing jobs. Or this is just temporary. It's going to get better. Or just try to look for an alternative. I'm sure this is the most common, support system that's going around, and that's good. I'm not saying it's bad. But if you're asking me this question, I don't think that this is what you're seeking from me. Am I right?
Yes, Mataji. What was Srila Prabhupada's view on this?
Yes.
Or what did Krishna say exactly?
9th chapter. Yes. So you're looking for Shastric view, right? I understood.
Yes.
So I told you something yesterday. I told you that chanting Hare Krishna will take care of it, because chanting Hare Krishna is Chintamani stone, touchstone. It is. It's just a matter of faith. And we want to transform our fear to faith. So chanting Hare Krishna is like just a matter of faith, Shraddha. So Hare Krishna, so the magic begins from the bead bag. It's so simple. So please chant. Don't give up chanting. If I give up chanting and do everything else, then that becomes a very incomplete endeavor. But 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 30th verse. Okay, so 30th verse, I thought of this verse yesterday also. This verse is Apichet so duracharo bhajante mam ananya bhak sadhureva samantavya samyak vivasito hi saha. So the meaning of the verse is, even if one commits the most abominable action, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated in his determination. Not connected to what you asked, but the purport is connected. Okay, it says, Prabhupada writes here, when a living entity is conditioned, he has 2 kinds of activities. One is conditional, another is constitutional. So right now we are conditioned. Condition means we are bounded by 4 things. What are the 4 things? Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. Okay, and the 3 secondary sufferings, which I have not introduced in this class yet. There are 4 primary sufferings. 3 secondary sufferings are adhyatmic, which one suffers because of one's own body and mind. Adi Bhautik, the suffering which is given to us by other living entities, like dengue, malaria, or somebody is envious, somebody is angry, somebody is dissatisfied, right? Those are that is given to us by other living entities. That's Adi Bhautik. And the third is Adi Devik, means given to us by superior authorities, like it's so hot or it's so cold, I have no control. But they're secondary. Primary is birth, death, old age, disease. And that is the meaning of the word conditioned here, okay? When a living entity is conditioned, he has two kinds of activities. One is conditional, so we have to act in that conditional zone, and the other is constitutional. As far as protecting the body by abiding by the rules of society and state, certainly there are different activities, even for the devotees, in connection with the conditional life, and such activities are called conditional. Besides this, the living entity who is fully conscious of his spiritual nature and is engaged in Krishna consciousness or the devotional service of the Lord has activities which are called transcendental. Such activities are performed in his constitutional position, and they are technically called devotional service. So I wanted to say that Prabhupada is reaffirming, he's not denying that the problem is not there. He's saying problem is there because we are in a conditioned state of mind. So it is there. First is acceptance. And another thing I was thinking that from fear to faith, there are two ways. One is chanting, which saying that, okay, Krishna, this problem has come, or you have come in front of me in the form of this problem. So I still want to be dedicated and use this situation to become fixed in spiritual knowledge that I belong to you. Please show me the way. That can be a prayer that you can offer to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that you have come in front of me in the form of a problem. Now, please direct me. And the other thing is that even if someone wants something, that means sakam, like I have some desire, or even if I don't want something, a sakam, akam, or nishkam. I don't want something that's nishkam, or even if I just want devotional service, that's akam. So there's a verse. Let me look up the verse. Akama sarva kama va moksha kama dharidi. We should all go to Krishna. If whatever situation I may be in, I want something, or I don't want something, or okay. Let me just bring it. I'm sorry, Prabhu. I don't want to blabber, but I don't remember the verse.
It's fine, Mataji. You have a good amount of knowledge, so you're sharing this on your time.
But you know what? Thank you for the acknowledgement. But really, the knowledge will only work if it is applied. So this is the second canto, second chapter, third text, number 10. Akama sarva kamo va moksha kama udarati tivrena bhakti yogena yajate purusham param. So this is from Srimad Bhagavatam. And the verse is, Akama means one who has transcend all material desire. Sarva kama means one who has the sum total of material desires. And moksha kama means one who desires liberation. So a person who has broader intelligence, whether he be full of material desire, without any material desire, or desiring liberation, must by all means worship the supreme whole, the personality of Godhead. So in every sense, end up with Krishna. Every sense. Dhruva Maharaj, for example, went to Krishna. He wasn't seeking liberation. He wasn't looking for knowledge. He was suffering. He wanted a kingdom greater than the kingdom of his great-grandfather Brahma. That's why he went. But when he went and he saw Krishna, because of the guidance of Narad Muni, his spiritual master, he could see Krishna in 6 months. So he saw, then his desires were dissolved. Like I was looking for a piece of a broken glass and I found a diamond. Then he said, I don't want anything. I'm sorry. He said, I'm sorry. I was asking for this. But he went, and Krishna came also. Krishna did not say, oh, you're coming to me because you want something. I'm only available to people who only want liberation. There's nothing like that. So what I'm trying to say, bottom line is two things. One is conditional and constitutional situation. It is mentioned, accept it, that it is there. Acceptance solves so much a problem. Second is we can use this opportunity to say that Krishna, now you have come in front of me as a problem. I have no other shelter. Please take care of me. And the third is that we chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And the fourth is, have you heard of a concept of circle of influence and circle of concern? Have you heard of that?
No, Mataji.
Okay, so let me tell you this scenario. You have two circles. One is circle of influence, and another is circle of concern in our life. So generally, which circle is better? Is our circle of concern better or circle of influence better? Which is better? Which is bigger? I'm sorry. Which is bigger?
Influence is bigger. Concern is a small thought which you have not experienced. Influence is you have experienced there. So you're already into the problem there.
Okay. Anybody else?
I think Karthik wants to say.
Yeah, Prabhu, Karthik, Prabhu, please unmute yourself. You don't have to depend on me too. Prabhu, Karthik, Prabhu, your hand is raised. You can unmute yourself if you, yes. Yes, Prabhu.
Sorry, Mataji.
You are muted again. But done in general, the circle of concern is bigger. I'm drawing here because I have so many concerns that I want to do this. So I don't know if you can see this drawing. Can you see this?
Yes, Mataji.
There are two circles. Okay, the outer circle is right now the circle of concern, and inner circle is circle of influence. I have so many anxieties. The anxieties come in the circle of concern. That I'm concerned about how my children are going to do. I'm concerned about how my work is going to go. I'm concerned about how the bills will be paid. I'm concerned about so many things. List will go on. We did this exercise in temple once when we were learning about communication, like non-violent communication, how to communicate in an empathic way. One Prabhu told us, who was training us, did like, okay, do circle of concern and circle of influence. So write down what are your concerns. So we wrote down and write down what are the things that you can really influence in it. So the things was like not even 50% for me. So circle of influence is inside. Concern. Prabhu, do this exercise if I may request you, Ravi Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji, I'll make it because every human has the concern of very much anxiety in him. I mean, as you just said, of your kids or career or whatever. Influences to the potential he can actually come over these concerns. That is his influential powers. But if you see that human himself is unlimited, if he can reach to that level of consciousness, sthita prajna consciousness, the stability of consciousness to that level, he would be the influencer of all these concerns. I don't think I'm.
Yes, you're right, but we are not there yet. You're right, but we are not there yet. So let's talk to the place where we are right now.
Sure, Mataji.
Because we are not trying to copy a sthita prajna. We want to become a sthita prajna, but there is a process. You know, like, have you seen people who dress up as engineer, as NASA scientist, as doctor on a dressing show? What is it called as where people
fancy
dress up?
Dress competition.
Fancy dress. Dress up. Sorry, thank you. Dress up, right? But are they really? Are they really NASA scientists or a doctor or engineer or a person taking care of the household chores? Like, no, they're dressed up. So we are not. What I'm trying to say is, I'm trying to bring you back to where we are.
Okay, Mataji.
So where we are, like, I am conditioned. If my job is gone, I will be affected. I want to work on myself. Like, that's what I means, not me as Prema Kisori, but in general, like as a human being. Then I want to rectify myself first. I want to take care of myself. And in the process, I want to become, that's my goal. That's my goal, but I'm not there yet. So like that, if for that particular consciousness, if there is so much acceptance, then the circle of concern will be bigger than the influence. So the Krishna consciousness, by becoming Krishna conscious, by following rules and regulations, by chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, by depending on Krishna for everything, really depending, not just for the sake of depending, that Krishna, I cannot take even one step without your sanction. Please help me, please help me. Then that samadhi will itself help a devotee. It will. It's a question of faith. So fear is becoming a faith. And there's another concern. There was a devotee in UK. His name is Puri Janata. So he's very famous for his wittiness, and he's written a book also as a commentary on Bhagavad Gita. Surrender unto me. I have it. He said we are all in samadhi. You know, like we are all in samadhi. Right now we are in samadhi. Samadhi means absorbed in the thought. So right now we are absorbed in samadhi of the concern of our fears and concerns and anxieties. What will happen next? What will happen next? What will happen to me? What will? So that's a samadhi, no? That's like I'm constantly absorbed. Now that same same inclination to be absorbed has to be transformed towards Krishna, and then this what will happen will become Krishna's headache. And it has to begin from chanting. There is no shortcut. There is no other way. There's no other way. I don't know if I still satisfied you, but I'm still thinking. And if I find many more references, I'll ask Prabhu. Prabhu was very busy yesterday. Probably I'll talk to him today or tomorrow and take his opinion and come back to you. And if you have anything to share, please come back.
On the same context, I have one more question. Like, this is all about the Shastras. I mean, getting what Shastra was saying about. Even if you're trying to apply this, I mean, transforming yourself. I mean, that would come up when you completely read Gita, is what I feel.
Chanting Hare Krishna is enough.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I mean, I just thought like applying the, my interest of learning Gita or understanding Gita is applying in a daily life as it had transformed many people into Mahatma. I mean, if you see, even Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi has transformed. I have this belief that he transformed of following what's been said, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Mahamantra, and even I can't say the complete points of ISKCON or Bhagavad Gita, but he followed Bhagavad Gita is what I believe there. So applying it on a daily basis is one thing I have. And any story also on faith, because if you see gratitude or being grateful, we have the story of Sudama, Krishna's friend Sudama, who comes to Krishna's kingdom, and later, although he was in poor misery of not able to, I'm not sure of the exact story, but the story turns out to be he visits King Krishna's palace. He spends time over there, and he actually goes to ask something Krishna. Krishna, can you help me? But Krishna himself come and ask, Sudama, what did you bring for me? And out of his love, he gives to Krishna there the
chipped rice,
and enjoys overnight over there talking to Krishna about the memories he spent. And while coming back to his home, he has all the worldly requirements he needs there, like the food or gold. That is when Sudama felt being grateful about Krishna. It actually made him vanish all the poverty or misery he had. So, any story of faith on this?
Yes, Sanatan Goswami, there was one Brahmin. He was a pure devotee, but he was very poor. And his wife said that I have heard that there is this Goswami who has a touchstone. So the touchstone, if you touch something, that thing turns into gold. So the touchstone, go and get it. He's giving it out freely. Go and get it from him. He said, I don't want to, because Krishna has given me this position and I'm happily chanting Hare Krishna. I don't want to go. She said, no, we need it. Go. So he goes. And Sanatan Goswami is sitting inside a thatched roof hut, Bhajan Kutir, and he's chanting Hare Krishna, sitting on his feet. So this person goes and says that my wife has told me that you have a touchstone that you're giving out. Can you please give me? And Sanatan Goswami says, yes, it is the back of this hut. There is a trash pile, the pile of refuse or waste. And in that you will find this touchstone. Just go and get it. So he goes, he finds it, he goes back home. And the wife is very happy, so they are touching it and everything is becoming gold and they're super rich now. And one day his wife asked him, didn't you tell me that you got this touchstone from the pile of a refuse? He said yes. She said, that means that this person has something more precious than this touchstone. Otherwise, why will you throw it in in a pile of refuse or a waste? He said, yeah, that makes sense. Why will you throw it in a pile of refuse? Probably has something more precious. Then she says, go ask him that. So he goes back to Sanatana Goswami and he said that my analysis is that I got this from the pile of refuse. It means that you have something more precious than the touchstone. So Sanatana Goswami says, yes, you didn't ask for it, so I didn't give it to you before. Now you're asking, so I'll give it to you. And you know what he gave? He gave Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Said Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This is what he gave. So, and there's so many other evidences that all the Rupa Goswamis who are ministers, who are super rich, wanted to run away and join Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and how much trouble they took to go. Raghunath Das Goswami was the only child of the Zamindar family, and the income 500 years ago was 2 lakh rupees per month. 500 years ago, that was the income. But he wanted to go, couldn't stop him. And I'm not going into details, but yes, there are so many evidences that if simply by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one can get everything they want, spiritual, material, everything. We definitely don't chant to enhance our material opulence, because that's temporary. If you can get something more, if you can get Krishna, why will I compromise in something material? But yes, you can get. That's unfortunately or fortunately is the reality. But don't do an offense. It's chant because Krishna likes it. But will you get it? Yes, you will get it. Okay.
Thank you, Mataji.
Okay, we end here. Thank you